What is RAG and why do you need it as a business or an app builder? This is the non-tech guide to RAG, otherwise known as Retrieval Augmented Generation. And to summarize it briefly, it's the process of getting data, usually your company data or proprietary data, into a database that can be easily accessed by an AI model to answer a specific question that otherwise it wouldn't know the answer to. In this video, you'll see how to get data into a RAG database, query that data with a chatbot, use advanced AI agents to access your data, all without writing a single line of code or using complex spaghetti workflows. Now, you may have seen terms like chunking, tokens, vectors, and even recursive text splitters and felt like your head was about to explode. Not in this tutorial. I'm going to show you how to make a RAG database and access it in many different ways. Let's dive in. Let's get started with Zapier Tables because you can create a simple blank table that can be used as your RAG database. So I'm going to call this YouTube videos and then create the table. Okay, this is super easy to set up. I just need to add some fields. So we'll add a text field and we'll call the first one title. The next one will be called ID. That's for the YouTube video ID. Then we'll add date and time. That will be for the publish date. And finally, the content our AI will really be interested in, long text, and we'll call this transcript, and that's where I'll feed the transcripts of my YouTube videos. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. I can add a record down here, and then I can insert things like the title of my video that we can find here and paste in, then the ID of the video, which we can paste in here, the publish date, which we can, of course, select, and I even made my own little Chrome plugin that extracts YouTube transcripts. There we go. I've got that. That was pretty easy, and I can just paste it into the long text field here and save. That's the manual way of adding data to my RAG database, but I want to do it on automation, and I'll show you how to do that too. For this, we'll go ahead and create a zap, and then we'll select a trigger. Now, for me, it's going to be YouTube, and of course, I'll use this YouTube integration to find my latest videos and add it to the database on automation. Now, if you're adding things like company documents that you upload to like Notion or Google Drive, you can just swap out the trigger for one of those tools by typing in Notion, and using the Notion integration, or typing in Drive and using the Google Drive integration. Sticking with YouTube, I'll select that and I'll say the trigger is new video in channel. Now, in order to make this work, I need to connect my YouTube account. I've already done that. Now I need to find the channel ID. That's easy. Just under here, you'll find share channel, and then you've got copy channel ID. We'll paste this in here, continue and test the trigger. And now you'll see it's pulled in my latest YouTube video and my second latest YouTube video that I haven't yet added to my RAG database here, which is a Zapier table. So we'll just continue with that record for testing purposes. Now, to get the transcript automatically, we're going to use a webhook and we're going to use a GET request. We'll use Superdata to grab the YouTube transcript, and you get 100 free requests every month with no credit card required. You'll see Superdata has fantastic documentation. How to get transcripts, it's simply copying this URL, pasting it here. Then query string params URL is equal to the YouTube URL. And then, of course, we have to map in that YouTube ID right there and make sure that's part of our request. Next up, we just scroll down, and for headers, we need to put in x-api-key and then go to our account, copy our API key and paste it in over here. One more thing to add to make sure it's a full long chunk is text true. We'll test that step and you'll see it's come back. And now we have a big chunk of text all ready to pass on to our database. Now, here's the thing I've found with Zapier Tables so far. It only appears to take 10,000 characters max for a long text field, but we can fix that. We can simply split it up into different chunks by adding a step, and we'll look for formatter. There it is. And then you'll see as an event, we've got a bunch of stuff. We're working with text here. We'll continue. And then if we go to transform and scroll all the way down, you will see that there is split text into chunks for AI prompts. This is what we want. Then for the input, we hit / and we select the output we got here, the content of our transcript. We leave the prompt blank, we leave the response size as is, and we change the chunk size to GPT-3 2048 tokens. Don't worry about the AI model mentioned there, it's just how small it's going to make each chunk. We continue and test the step, and now you'll see it's chunked, chunked, and chunked. Yes, we have 3 chunks there ready to pass on to our Zapier table. So the final bit we need to do is loop over those chunks by using looping. The action event will be create loop from line items. We'll continue. Values to loop will say transcript, and then we need to map that to the chunks we get back, which you'll see is the output chunk. Now inside the loop, we add a final step, and that's to Zapier Tables to add all of the YouTube transcript to our beautiful database. I'll go here, choose an event, create record. Continue. We'll choose the table, YouTube videos. Finally, we just need to map the columns here. So title will come from our initial YouTube video. There's the title. And then ID, that will also come from our initial YouTube video. There it is. Publish date, you guessed it. Again, that's going to come right here from our YouTube video. Finally, for transcript, we'll pass in the chunk from the loops, and you'll see it's right down here at the bottom. We've got transcript. Click continue, and you'll see it's all got the data from the first loop, and it cuts off here where the chunking ends. All right, fantastic. Look at that. Now, don't worry, I'm actually going to share this template with you down below so you can try it for yourself. So now we can give this a test run to make sure it works as expected. And we'll use the same video we used earlier. Click test run, and this should all now run through and work and basically send all the data through to our Zapier table. Watch this happening in real time. And there we go. The chunks are being added, and you can see it's being chunked into my database with the same title, same video ID, but the transcript is split up into 3 different rows. And don't worry about this because the AI could just call the information it needs, and Zapier's magical RAG will sort it all out. Let's try it out in practice. You've got the data in, but how do you get it out? Let's start with Zapier Chatbots. You'll see that Chatbots are a beta feature, and you actually get a nice free trial to test them out. So let's click Chatbots and create our own. We'll call it Creator Magic AI. Okay, this is a basic setup, but I'll change the greeting. What would you like to know about Creator Magic videos? Okay, we'll just change the generic directives to be something more based around Creator Magic and cool stuff and saying it's hosted by me and things like that. That's what we need to do first. And then we just need to add the knowledge, and you'll see in a handy way you can connect tables. So you just add the knowledge source, select table here, and then search for your Zapier table, which in my case is YouTube videos. Click add source. You see along here, first time it's going to process the knowledge source, but that was really quick. It's now done. And it'll also ask you what to do when it doesn't know the answer. So you could either generate or hallucinate a response, or simply show a custom message, I don't know. And that's probably the safest option to select, in my opinion. Okay, all done. Now, depending how frequently you update your data, you might want to set a schedule to be, instead of monthly, a daily update, and perhaps in the middle of the night, 3 a.m. till 4 a.m. sounds good to me. Now we can have some fun by chatting with our data. List 3 tools I used recently to find new customers. And now Creator Magic AI is searching through the RAG database, and here it's immediately come up with correct answers here. SERP API, Lovable, and Superbase, correctly identifying stuff that I used in a video with a link to the video that I can click. Hello, I'm Mike. Yep, it absolutely works. Do you like bananas? I can't help with that. I love the way it's given a banana emoji. Very nice indeed. Any food mentioned recently? Sorry, I don't know. So I'm asking it about something that's off topic. First, it politely declines to answer my question, then it tells me absolutely, I have no knowledge of that, which is good. Any recommended usages for Reddit? Let's see what it says to this. Hopefully it should crack that I've spoken about Reddit recently on my channel. And indeed, it says Mike Russell recently shared using Reddit to find customers while you sleep. And it tells you the tips that I shared on how to use this Reddit search and automate your search with SERP API and Zapier. And again, another link to the video. This is clever stuff. This is RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation in action. But that's not all. I can also use Zapier agents to chat with my data. Now, for a trigger, I can have this run every day or when a new video is published, but for me, I'll run this on demand. Now, I can also choose to go out to the web and do Google searches. I can add a number of tools. I can link this to all my favorite apps. In fact, Zapier is the most connected AI orchestration platform, allowing you to pretty much do whatever you like. Search this database, which is a list of transcripts from Creator Magic YouTube videos, and answer questions that you're asked. Use Visit the Web or Google searches to grab extra context as needed. That's a very simple prompt. Oh, and one more thing that I'll add. As I insert a tool, I'll add an extra tool and I'll search for tables. And there you'll see it appears here, Zapier Tables, and you'll see it has an icon here optimized for AI search, which essentially is a non-tech way of saying you can do RAG on this integration. When you've selected it, you just select Data Integration, select your Zapier table, add the data source, and you'll see it adds, and for a while, it'll just show as syncing here. Okay, once it's synced, the syncing will disappear and we can just test the agent. And already the agent knows, please let me know what question you have about Creator Magic YouTube videos. Perfect. I'll say, what was said about SERP API? You'll see the agent now goes out to analyze the data source, which will be my YouTube video's Zapier table. You'll see that's now done, and it's pulled out all of its thinking and its Zapier table integration here, and it's just summarizing everything it found. It's created a report already, which is all in here. And it's determining the next step, which is, of course, to give me that summary. This is really cool. And it has rightly identified that I said it's a tool to automate Google searches. It said it involves signing up for a free account. The video demonstrates configuring webhooks. It highlights the importance of inserting your API key. This is all really good and very relevant stuff. Now, of course, you noticed I added the ability to visit the web and Google search. Do a bit more digging on the web and tell me exactly what this tool can do. And because my agent has the ability to go out to the web and do Google searches, you'll see immediately it goes out to search Google. It's done a big search here looking for SERP API features and capabilities. Now it's thinking about what to do next. And it's given me a little report saying it can automate Google, Bing, and other search engine queries. It can handle technical challenges for you, retrieve real-time search results. So there you go. That's how easy it is to set up RAG using a combination of Zapier Zaps, tables, chatbots, and more. Plus, I've covered this in other videos, you can use webhooks to get RAG data out of Zapier Tables into the apps you build and other great AI features too. If you've enjoyed this video, do leave a comment down below. Let me know how you'll be using RAG. And if you want me to go even deeper into this in a future video, also let me know, because I'm definitely up for doing more on Retrieval Augmented Generation. Thanks so much for watching, and YouTube is showing a video on your screen now you should watch next. Thanks.